Well, right now at 6, the smell still lingers for neighbors near New-Indy. It's been more than a year since we first shared those complaints of the foul odor from the plant, and still neighbors filed reports to environmental officials weekly.
Yeah, this is so overwhelming as far as the feedback's concerned that Congressman Ralph Norman sent a letter this week to the EPA calling for the agency to put more hands on deck so essentially this problem can finally be put to rest. WCNC Charlotte's Indira Eskieva joining us live in the studio right now with an update on this ongoing issue. So where do we stand now, Indira?
Fred, Vanessa, late last year, the EPA proposed fining New-Indy $1.1 million and having the plant change some of its manufacturing practices. More than 600 people responded to that proposal, and the EPA is now in the process of reviewing those comments.
It's been lots of sleepless nights, lots of painkillers for headaches and stuff like that.
I can't keep my kids and my family. We can't keep our family in this danger.
Residents say a foul smell coming from the New-Indy paper plant is impacting their health and well-being. Chase Brockstead is one of the attorneys representing almost 2,000 plaintiffs in a lawsuit against the plant. He says a recent proposal released by the EPA does not go far enough to address the issue, and attorneys are now asking a judge to allow them to participate in discussions between New-Indy and the EPA.
We don't believe that EPA has a handle actually on the problem, and therefore their proposed solution is incomplete in our view and the view of our technical experts and our engineers.
According to U.S. Congressman Ralph Norman, in response to the proposal, more than 600 people submitted public comments. Norman says the EPA needs to move faster to review them.
I don't want this thing to drag on, and nothing's going to change unless we get the comments reviewed. You get the personnel in there to review the comments.
After public comments, the EPA can move forward with finalizing the proposed consent decree, and Brockstead fears that agreement won't go far enough.
When the consent decree was lodged, we gave it to our experts and said, listen, you guys know, you all know sort of what's happening at this plant. Does this fix the problem? And what they came back to us and said was, this consent decree solves less than 10% of the problem.
Now, as part of that consent decree, New-Indy would have to reduce emissions of hydrogen sulfide, a colorless gas described as smelling like rotten eggs. But attorneys for residents say that issue is more complicated, as other chemicals could also be contributing to the smell. New-Indy and the EPA have not responded to our request for comment in time for this broadcast. Fred and Vanessa.
All right, Indira, thanks so much for those updates.